Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? For this video, we are finally tackling the question of who's flying the Phantoms on Halo Reach, after tackling it on a bunch of other Halo games. So to do this, it's a little tricky, because you need to do a couple things first. For starters, you need to do the Easter egg where you can spawn yourself in a Pelican, and it has to be a Pelican. I know you can spawn yourself in a Phantom as well, but you need the Pelican for this, which means you need to use a Falcon. And I'll explain why later in the video, but just know that you need the Falcon and the Pelican. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to show you the full step, all the steps for doing the Easter egg, but I will post a link to a video tutorial of how to spawn yourself in a Pelican if you don't know how to do it. But once you have your Pelican, all you need to do is, well, use it to flip a Phantom. Now, I know that sounds easier than it is, but it's actually very, very difficult, and this took us hours to do. And when I say hours, I mean like almost like an entire day, and it's like just non-stop repetitive just attempts to flip the Phantom. But we finally got it, and it's all thanks to Obtaining Chaos. But when you do flip the Phantom, you'll know you did it when it's kind of, still, disabled, kind of inactive, and it just drops down eventually. Now, to see the actual pilot flipping out, it's probably best you go to theater mode to take a look at it, which we're going to do now. And this is actually the trickier part, not because, it's technically difficult or anything, but because if you're doing this in the Xbox One, the backwards compatible version of Halo Reach, the theater mode is extremely unreliable. It corrupts the film clips very easily. Sometimes, like, it's so corrupted that you can't even start it up, and other times it corrupts like halfway through the film, which is extremely frustrating. But we actually managed to get a working film clip here, so it's gonna show you what to do. Now, there's actually once you get your Pelican, just fly to the Oni Tower where Cat's waiting for you. There'll be several Phantoms out here, and once you start trying to flip a Phantom, it will start, flying around and moving. If that happens, you can just go to another Phantom that's still, and then flip it like so, because you want a still Phantom. That makes it easier. But here we are. The trick to this is just lining up your Pelican perfectly with the Phantom, and then while flying upwards and tilting up, you also maintain the same balance with the Phantom. And it really all just comes down to your ability to balance the Pelican with the Phantom. But it's very tricky because the Phantoms are very, very slippery. It's easy to slide out from under the Phantom with the Pelican. But we finally got it here, and let me just give you a better up close look of who the pilots are. So here we got the two grunts on the turret, and we don't see anything else inside the Phantom right now, but just a quick glimpse inside. Now let's resume flipping the Phantom. So here we are. I'm gonna play it in slow motion just so you see what's going on, and there you are. Both the gunners flipped out, and a third grunt also flipped out. So that basically confirms it. The pilots of Phantoms in Halo Reach are also grunts. And I don't know why Bungie and 343 keep changing this almost every Halo game, because normally we don't even see the pilots. Even if we blow up the Phantoms, you never see the pilot. But for some reason they chose to keep changing the pilots each game, and I have no idea why. But back in Halo 3, we've established that the pilots of the regular Phantoms, the purple ones, are brutes, and the green Phantoms are elites, which makes sense lore-wise. But for ODST, the pilots are grunts, and in Halo Reach, as we see now, the pilots are also grunts. But then in Halo 4, the pilots of Phantoms are elites, and then come Halo 5, they are grunts again. So I have no idea why they keep changing that, and I can't think of any lore reason why it would be grunts in some Halo games and then elites in others. In Halo 3 it makes sense, but in the other Halo games I'm not sure. I mean, Halo 4 kind of makes sense too with the elite pilots, but the grunt pilots in the other Halo games, especially with Halo 5 right after Halo 4, I don't know, it just seems odd. But that's what it is. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That answers the question of who's flying the Phantoms on Halo Reach. And that is just the standard grunt. Nothing too special about it. You know, just your typical everyday grunt. Now, earlier I did mention that you have to use a Pelican for this. And that is because if you spawn the Phantom instead, the Phantoms are not solid. So if you try to ram another Phantom, you'll just go right through it. That's why it won't work. Simple as that. So you have to use the Pelican. But yeah, so that about sums it up. And I do hope you guys enjoy this. This took us quite a while to achieve, but it is a pretty interesting question. And we do have one more Halo game left to tackle this on, and that is Halo 2. So do stay tuned for that in the future while we work on that. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoy this, and if you did, as always, make sure to leave a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else you want to check out, just let me know, and I'll do my best to look into it in the near future. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.